Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast, and also welcome to our Xfinity race review, the iK9 200 from ISM Raceway, aka the Kyle Busch Show, aka our weekly Kyle Busch broadcast.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Here we are again, talking about Kyle Busch again.
In the lower series right now, Kyle Busch is killing it because I believe this is the fourth straight win for him. He is undefeated in the trucks and Xfinity Series currently right now in this season.
Can anybody beat him?
Well, we saw in this race that Christopher Bell could have. But there's always these weird things getting in his way. Last week, it was just a user error. This week, something weirder happened to him.
It's just something happens towards the end of the race. It just takes the chances out. So.
But before we get into that, this series, we go through and review the race from stage 1 to stage 3.
And they've done something here that they hadn't got to do in several weeks.
They qualified, man.
All right.
First off, Christopher Bell wins the pole. Showed a lot of strength. Also, Tyler Reddick, outside pole. You know, last week they were the contenders to beat Kyle Busch. And they showed it early on in this qualifying session.
Yeah, it really showed some strength right there. I thought, hey, well, if we start in front of Kyle Busch, we might have a chance.
If we just keep him back there, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Also, at the beginning of the race, Kyle Busch would move on to second, but Christopher Bell would keep him at bay at about like a second lead.
You ain't taking the lead from me. I want to keep this. So that was a good run by Christopher Bell. I mean, pretty awesome. It's showing some strength right there. It's real cool.
13 to go. The number 17 of Curry would get into the wall, and he would paint the car blue, basically.
The tires and everything's blue.
So that would end up being a caution, and we had this strategy go out. The leaders would pit, but guys like Cindric, Annette, and Haley, they would stay out hoping to get some stage points.
Yeah, it really paid off for Cindric because, he ended up getting a stage win.
Yeah, at the beginning of the stage, Michael Annette had a little trouble getting up to speed. Austin Cindric would get like a second lead. Christopher Bell would reel him in, just not enough time, and Austin Cindric would win stage number 1.
Yeah, I believe if he had another lap, he probably would have took him because he was right on his bumper.
So stage 2, we'd have some pit stops. Those who did not pit before would pit then. Cindric would still lead off pit road. And then it'd be Bell versus Busch on the restart, and we saw that a lot in this race.
Yeah.
But Busch would take the lead, and then a few laps later, Bell would just power right back by Busch, and then what would happen? Busch would pass him right back. And then Bell would take it right back. It was a nice battle between them two. And then Austin Cindric, who, we were wondering if he would get back to his original position. He was just one off from his original position.
Yeah, because he was running fifth before that one caution. He got put back to,
I believe it was like 15th.
Yeah. And he raced his way all up to 6th. I mean, really showing some strength there and making some good passes. And we thought, if it wouldn't pay off, but it really did.
Christopher Bell would end up winning the stage over Kyle Busch. He may have not have won the race, but he beat him in a stage.
Oh, yeah.
Just little by little. One day he'll finally beat him in a race.
Or it could have been Kyle was just playing some mind games with him.
I don't know. It's hard to tell with Kyle anymore.
Yeah. I believe Kyle's car was a little bit too tight or loose. I believe it was too loose at the time. And just couldn't really keep up with Bell.
So stage 3, this is where things kind of got a little wild.
Yeah.
Pit stops, Bell would lead off pit road with Kyle Busch in second. It'd be Bell versus Busch on the restart. Busch would get the lead, but Justin Allgaier would join the battle.
It seems a lot of times Allgaier always comes on in the third stage for some reason.
So Bell got shuffled behind Allgaier. He had a little trouble getting around him. And that is key because the 01 would blow an engine. And we couldn't see anything. Just white smoke everywhere.
Yeah, I really hated being in the cars behind him, like Allgaier and Christopher Bell.
And yeah, the 7 would get, some damage. He wouldn't be a factor again the rest of the race, but more importantly, the 20. He was like the only competition that Kyle Busch had in this race.
That's like driving right to a deep fog. You just don't know which way you're going. You don't know which way's left, which way's right. or so he just ended up backing into the wall and just really destroyed his back end of the car.
Yeah, you can't really race with half of your car, so
The back end's dragging. I can still make it.
you'd have no back end. So it is a shame that we couldn't see the battle between the 20 and the 18 at the end. I believe it would have gotten wild.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately, you can't plan on a bunch of white smoke everywhere, and you just can't predict stuff like that. If you can, play the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of the other ones behind when the car blew, they went to the apron and they got away. And like Tyler Reddick, his spotter did an awesome job. Just telling him, go to the apron and stay down. So
yeah, I believe the 7 and the 20 is just wrong place, wrong time. Because
it just happened right in front of them.
Right in front of them, they didn't have the virtue of being able to slow down and get to the apron. They had to make a quick judgment, and neither one of them got out of there clean.
Yeah, you go on that rate of speed, and you can't see nothing. So what you gonna do?
It's like driving down the highway blindfolded, basically. You don't want to do that.
No, I don't advise
I
it.
should say driving down the highway blindfolded, going in reverse.
Oh,
That's how it is. It's pretty much Kyle Busch's show at this point. So he would go against Tyler Reddick on the restart, but no one really had anything for him. Maybe except for Ryan Truex, he gave him a run for his money.
yeah, he was within like 0.3 of a second behind him, and I thought he may be able to keep up with him, but I believe he didn't have really enough car for it. It was a really strong run for Ryan Truex, and it's good to see him in the 8 car, and real strong run.
Strongest finish for the 8 car so far this season.
Yeah, so far. So I hope to see him more in that 8 car.
Yeah, which I'm not sure who's going to be taking it next week at Fontana.
I believe Ron Priest may be it.
I think so. But that lead will just increase. I believe it went up to like 4 or 5 seconds at some point.
Yeah.
Nothing anyone could have done unless the caution flew. Kyle Busch would win 2 races in a row. Much less dominating than last week, but still dominant.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's just taking all the playoff points from all the Xfinity guys. No one has really locked himself in besides Mike Lynette and Christopher Bell. So those points that no one's getting right now may be important to someone.
Yeah.
Like if someone like Tyler Reddick never gets a win, it's going to be these types of races that he could have possibly locked himself in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our race review. It is now time for our sponsor spotlight. And who has the spotlight this week?
Well, we're going to go with the one that really sponsored the race and one that won the race. It's iK9.
What exactly are they?
Well, this is a company that trains dogs for everyone's special needs, like police officer dogs and special needs dogs, and they have all kinds of range of training these dogs for special things.
Yeah, so I'll definitely leave their link and their social media links in the description of this video. So if you're interested in something like that, check them out.
Yeah, it's really great to see somebody having these dogs and train them for the service dogs. So it's pretty awesome.
And also, Dale Earnhardt Jr., did you find him in the thumbnail? Last week for the Pennzoil 400, this is where he was if you didn't find him. Can you find him in this video? If you can, let us know down below, and you may get a shout out on the next episode of the Side Drive Podcast, which would be tomorrow's Cup race review. So we'll see you then. Happy hunting for Dale.